found the #1 internet site for irreverent, cool, and entertaining talk programming. It's LA Talk Radio. We say what we want. You're listening to Relevant Music and Muse with Guy Tao, right here on LA Talk Radio.
Kadie.
Hi.
Hey there.
Doing? Thanks for having me.
Oh, yes, indeed. I heard your songs. I was thrilled that you were able to come be on the show tonight.
Thank you very much.
And tell us a little about yourself.
Okay, well, let's see. I started ever since, before I can even write, I was writing songs, poems, stories in my head. Always had a big imagination. Something my dad told me. And as soon as I learned how to spell, I was often
I'm
writing.
Still working on that myself.
Yeah, I am too, actually.
Spelling is not something I'm good at.
And then you'll see on my Facebook, too, it says I'm a writer, but a terrible speller. And I don't even know if speller's a word, but I don't know. Dylan, if you can help me out with that. The younger, the brighter it seems to be. But anyways, so I started writing books, like short stories, things like that were highly looked upon, and at a young age. Let's see, kindergarten, there's a little thing I did, and they put it up on the wall,
Writing stories in kindergarten.
I was never good at math, but I was good at the artistic parts. Mm-hmm. And so,
got the right brain thing going there, and the left brain is gone vacation or something.
Guy, it's funny. Before I came on here, I asked my friend if I had a good radio face, and yeah.
Yes, as a matter of fact, you do. You have a perfect radio face.
No, I think that's an insult. So I'm not going to say much about that. So I didn't know what he was going to say, but anyway, I think y'all look great. Everyone's sitting here and beautiful faces, and I was hoping he was going to tell me you don't have a good radio face, Guy. I think you have a terrible radio face because you are gorgeous. We all are, I think. Anyway, so back to what I was talking about. Yeah. Basically, I found when about 2008 it was, I was going through my own kind of coming out, if you will, of who I am and what I want and that kind of stuff. And I started writing things for different people who are going through hard times. And it came to me that people who need it the most, the people who are in the most pain, the people who are suffering the most, they're not really going to read a book. They're not really going to watch, they might watch a movie. But I think music is something that they can hear the music, and basically it's like how can I say it? It's like subconsciously they get the message of what you're saying without them even realizing that.
What I think, this is what I've said before, that music is an open door to the soul.
Yeah.
And music opens the door into the deepest part of a person's psyche, and whether they realize it or not, the words that are spoken or sung through music go right in all the way to the deepest part of people's hearts and lives.
Exactly. And that is exactly what I found in 2008 it was that I wanted to do. It was touch people, help people. And it's very raw. I've got a lot of stuff that it wouldn't be, appropriate for some stations, but some of it is awesome. And it's just about life. It's about the bad things, the good things. It goes from from when we're kids. It's almost a whole book. Like the album that I'm making it's pretty much a book. But these people will be able to, the people that I want to reach, the ones that are in the most pain, I feel that they will be able to understand what I'm saying, because like you said, and like we said, subconsciously, it's almost like the music is drowning out that sentimental that they don't want anyone to see them have, and they open up and they feel it, and that's what I want to do, and that's my whole goal, whether it's just with family or friends.
Well, I'd like to play a song. We have one, Hanging On, which sounds like it just is right down the line of what you're just saying. You want to tell us a little about that, and then we'll spin the song.
Okay, great. Hanging On. That this song, I love. What I love about music too is you can perceive it in so many different ways. You can this song, if you really listen to the words, it could be about a lost lover, or a mom, a daughter about to, maybe lose her mom or her dad, God bless, people out there that's been through that, or it could be about, someone that was involved in drugs and you're losing them in that way, and you keep a certain distance because you don't want to get hurt. And basically that's what this song is hanging on is about. It's about you're trying to hang on to something that is eventually going to leave.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this is off the album Fallen Angel, which is coming out.
Hopefully in about 2 months, 1 month, we're aiming for.
You kind of there's a delay period once you get it put up onto CD Baby, I think it is, or iTunes.
Well, Hanging On is on iTunes.
It is there. Okay.
Yeah, it's on Amazon and iTunes. You can follow at bootcampinterprises.com, and I believe, and then that'll show you where to go.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here is Hanging On by Kadie Young. Fallen Angel is the album. Hanging On, Kadie Young. That was a great song. The piano playing. What are you playing an instrument yourself?
I do. Well, actually, I used to do a little. I would set up little recitals for my parents. I was self-taught, so we had an old piano in our house, and I would teach myself Christmas songs and then Titanic and stuff like that, and make them sit down and listen to me and torture their ears. So I know a little bit, not much. So I'll do a little fiddling around on the piano or the keyboard, and then I'll send it into the studio, and then we'll work on it from there.
I noticed on your Facebook that part of your profile, I guess, you had reference to God.
Amen.
That's important in your life. You want to talk about that at all?
Well, yeah. You know what? I believe. I can't really take credit for anything that I do, anything that I write. I believe that all of us, whether we want to be welders, actors, singers, nurses, whatever it may be, it's through God, and it's Him letting us share our own particular gifts. And I'm lucky enough to be able to be on this show with you today, Guy, and share my songs with people who are listening. But I do believe highly that God speaks through us in His own ways, and that's actually pretty much where I found Him was in 2008 when I decided to write a book, make an album, do all that. I want to even make a film. So that
someday. There's something to happen in 2008, a catalyst.
Absolutely.
A change in your life, you were saying?
An absolute change. It was so real. I had so much that was hitting me all at one time. I mean, 7 different things. A friend dying in a car accident. Something with my mom, and my dad too, and my grandpa passed away, and I lost my job. I lost my mind. I lost my dog in my arms. It sounds like a country song back, actually.
Play it backwards, you get them all back again,
yeah,
right?
I know, but unfortunately,
but
that's
this is
not
life.
the way life
it's
is.
not it's real.
Yeah. So, but yeah, I was on the album cover. Actually, I took that picture, and that's when, God has always had me. He's always had me. I never found Him myself until this particular day, where it was just so surreal, and it was mind-boggling, and it was amazing. And I took these pictures, and I didn't even know they existed. I was taking it with my cell phone, and it was about a year later, in 2008, when my mom asked me who was in the water of this picture that I took. And I said, well, that was a cold winter day. I was on the beach by myself, and I took it. She has a hard time of hearing. And so she goes back in the room and back to the computer. And the reason why I sent that picture to her is because my boyfriend, my ex-boyfriend at the time, not my boyfriend anymore, but
He's now your ex. He wasn't your ex then.
Yeah.
My ex-boyfriend at the time.
Gosh, I know, right? I don't know, but I sent him, I wanted to send him a picture that meant something to me, and I remembered that day so well, and I was so particular on which picture I wanted out of that cell phone, and they all looked alike, except for one gave me this feeling. So it happens to be that there's this shadow in the water that is... It's amazing. In fact, that's what brings up my next song, Fallen Angel, is I believe, I'm writing a book right now as well, and I have Pittsburgh interested in publishing me. But anyways,
well, that's exciting.
Yeah, it is. It's really exciting. It's what I want, because I think then we can reach all audiences through books that people read, through music people listen to, and movies that people watch. But that's where Fallen Angel comes from. I believe that we are all fallen angels. I believe that God sent us here, and now we are just simply trying to find our way back to heaven through the triumphs and the hard times. But you know what? Without the light, without the dark, we wouldn't see light. There'd be no contrast. You know what I'm saying?
I follow that. I do.
Yeah. So it's like I find pain to be a blessing.
Wow.
And though it hurts so bad, but it is the more pain that you, for all you guys that are listening out there, all the pain that I know that people go through hard times. I'm there. In fact, going through some myself. But I promise you, the harder times that you have, the more happiness you get to feel, because when that pain goes away, it is just pure bliss. And that's the contrast between dark and light, I guess. The darker and the lighter. I don't know if that makes sense, but if you follow me.
I do. So the name of this song is Fallen Angel.
Fallen Angel.
It's the title track to your new album.
Correct.
And so, well, let's spin it.
All right. Spin away.
Spin away. Ladies and gentlemen, Fallen Angel from Fallen Angel, Kadie Young.
Thank you.
heard the seagull in there. Oh, that was awesome.
Thank
and you're
you.
playing piano on that as well?
I was not.
Oh.
No, actually, I'd like to thank Nick Tank Creator, who was producing it and recording it. Helped me out a lot. But I did help collaborate with like I said, I would do a little bit of piano, take it in, and then he would make it into this big piece of art. I also like to thank Shane Wall. My manager's awesome. Boot camp family, yeah. My mom and dad, and I always looked up to my brother as an artist, and he was one of the people that really helped me get started and encouraged me to write and do what I love to do, and of course God as well. But yeah,
big shout out to God there.
Yeah, obviously that song does touch deep.
Now, and how can folks get your music now?
Well, you can
The
go.
CD is not released, but the music is available on iTunes, I would imagine. Right?
Correct. Yeah, it's on iTunes, Amazon. I believe it's Amazon or iTunes. You could just go on there. Go on to. Let me look here. Gosh darn. I believe you can just go onto the website of bootcampenterprises.com and click on hanging on, and you'd find it. But I'm not quite sure. I know if you type in iTunes, you know how to find the music. I'm trying to think of the darn thing, but I can't at the moment. Oh, man. That's my bad.
My bad.
My bad. I'm looking at it right now on my little iPhone here, these nice little devices. Yeah, well, you can check me out either way. You can go to www.bootcamp. Let's see, what's this? Yeah, .com. And then you just click down and you look on to Kadie's song.
And that is it, Kadie, KD, right?
Yeah, that's a Kadie. Or you can even go to Facebook. That's initials KD and then Young at 32 yahoo.com. And also you can follow me on Twitter. That's at initials KD at KDYoung32. You can follow me on Twitter, and you can find out more information there if you.
All right. Awesome. While you're looking that up, I have actually an editorial that I'm going to do, and hopefully I'll be able to get through it in time. About 4 months ago, I had the desire to perform my music on the streets, me, Guytel. So I went down to the North Hollywood bus station with my guitar, and there was some sheriff MTA security guards there, so I asked them, where can I play? They walked me over to this particular place right by the public sidewalk and said, here's the demarcation line between the sidewalk, the public sidewalk, and the MTA property, and play on this side of it, and you'll be fine. So for the past 4 months, I've been performing there about twice a week. And during that time, numerous LAPD, sheriff deputies, MTA security personnel, they've observed me playing, and some of them have even requested songs from me. Well, on July 5th, a week and a half ago, one particular sheriff deputy took exception, and he made me move away from my spot. And I pointed out that line there between the public sidewalk and the MTA, but he said I was too close to the bus stop shelter, and that's the reason I had to move. So he said if he saw me there again, he was going to ticket me, and then later he would confiscate my guitar. And I want to make this clear on this editorial that I don't have any problem with the sheriff department as a whole, and I've not experienced any sort of systematic effort on their part to harass me. The sheriff's always been really cool there. So anyway, on Monday this past week, the 11th, I went back there, and I played again. And the deputy was there waiting for me in civilian clothes, saw me, called another sheriff on duty, I guess, and they cited me. And the citation is for illegal peddling on MTA property. Well, I did my research. Yes, I did, my homework. And I found out, guess what? The bus shelters in Los Angeles are independently owned and operated by CBS Dussault, which is an advertising company, and they are not MTA property. So either that deputy didn't know this, or he lied to me directly to deprive me of my First Amendment right, freedom of speech. And I'm a veteran. I served 7 years in the U.S. Army. So the code that I'm in violation of, Section 602.7, says this: every person who enters or remains on any property, facility, or vehicle owned by the Southern California Rapid Transit District and sells or peddles any goods, merchandise, property, or services of any kind whatsoever in a property, blah, 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 or the vehicles, is guilty of an infraction. And then part of the Los Angeles County Code 7.62.001, peddler is defined. It says peddler means any person engaged in the business of itinerant peddling, selling, hawking, vending, delivery, or soliciting for sale, either retail or wholesale, any merchandise, including but not limited to liquids, edibles for human consumption, packs, baskets, temporary stands or facilities, hand carts, or vehicles. And one other thing that's interesting is that the U.S. District Judge Dean Pregerson said in his motion granting an injunction prohibiting law enforcement from harassing street performers that the actions of the police selectively and impermissibly targeted the performers to prevent them from performing and soliciting tips, and that the court is sensitive that street performance is without a doubt a protected form of freedom of speech. So it's clear I was not peddling. I sold no merchandise, food, services. I had no sign soliciting anything. I didn't ask for money. I was a performer, and by law, my right to do that is protected as freedom of speech. So yesterday I filed a complaint against the deputy involved for violating my First Amendment rights, and I've requested that Sheriff Baca would instruct the deputy to give me a written apology, withdraw the citation, and give me no further harassment when I go back and play again. So there you have it. The moral of the story, law enforcement officers are public servants. And this is the land of the free, not Nazi Germany. And we Americans will not tolerate a bully with a badge. So if you have any comments, advice, or any things to say about this, send me an email at guytal@sbcglobal.net. And we've got a few seconds left in here. I'm going to...
Actually, this is Kadie. I found where you can find my music. My manager, being the angel he is, just sent it to me on my phone. That's iTunes. You can find it on iTunes. You can find it on Amazon. And I did mention this already, but www.bootcampenterprises.com and also www.sugomusic.com. That's SUGO music.com. And I will also be coming up on Reverb Nations as well as a featured artist with Lou. He's the CEO of Reverb Nations. And he also texted me all digital outlets. I have no idea what that means, but for anyone that does, that's what
that's where you're at.
Okay, all right.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have run out of time. We had a great show tonight. We always have a great show because we have great people on the show. Kadie, thank you so much for coming down, and I look forward to the release of your album.
Thanks,
Ladies and
Les.
gentlemen, we will see you right here next week, same time, same channel. And the guest, that's the only thing I'm going to have time for because we're actually over the limit right now. Next week, Looking for Trouble. Mandy Martin will be here. See you then.
You're listening to Relevant Music and Muse with Guy Tao, right here on LA Talk Radio.